mystery boxes. So I've decided to put together an awards presentation for us. Obviously we missed out with the massive storm that came through Adelaide and blacked out the entire state. So unfortunately we were unable to say goodbye to everybody and thank you and have our awards. So I'm going to go through and do the awards for you tonight now anyhow. Hopefully it'll make up somewhat for the things that we missed out on. But we were extremely fortunate overall with the weather. The storm, as we saw, and you would have seen on the news as well, the amount of rain that it came in, it would have had a massive impact on us with the rally. But in addition to that, the wind, there were photographs, the guys from William Creek sent photographs through to me of the windsock that they have out at the aerodrome, horizontal with the amount of wind, so obviously just being a giant dust storm. 1 minute they had the windsock horizontal, and the next minute there was no windsock at all. There was so much wind it actually blew the windsock off the pole. So we were very, very fortunate in that regard. And then a week later, today, in Adelaide it's been 27 degrees, but up in Coober Pedy today it's been 40 degrees. So again, we managed to time it perfectly, really, with the weather. So unfortunately with the cancellation at the Stag is a real bummer, but really we were very, very fortunate with what we ended up with. So I am going to go through the awards and I'll show you what they all are at the moment. You can see here we have some support awards and then all of the other awards here, which I'll explain to you in just a minute what they are. But the first awards are for the support teams, and the support teams for all of the rallies get these certificates. I won't necessarily go through them all because obviously we don't have the support teams here to come up and pick them up from me, but we'll be posting the certificates out to all of the teams. In addition to that, all the support teams get a lovely bottle of Clare Valley Shiraz, and some of which already have that I was able to see the next day, but the teams that didn't get them, I'll post those ones out to you guys as well. And for the awards for the rally teams, we have these here. They are particularly gaudy. Well, I think you should really cherish these fantastic awards, and some of which we've put washers in the bottom of them now, so you can actually enjoy a drink out of them. But you'll see the different categories that we have for them is the best team theme, the voted least likely to make it, the best repair, which usually goes to a support team, the best breakdown, the biggest fundraiser, and the main one is the spirit of the rally. So we'll start straight away. Not only do you get these wonderful cups, these wonderful awards, but each person from the team will also get a Rally School voucher. Rally School, one of our partners on the rally. These guys are very, very supportive. Greggy, who is one of the support guys, is one of the key guys with Rally School. Mick, who does a lot of the rallies as well, is also very key with Rally School. And I've done these sort of half-day courses with Rally School. They're awesome. You go out and drive a few of their different rally spec, their proper competition rally spec cars with the instructors, and then do a couple of hot laps to really scare the shit out of you. But these things are great. So each participant, each driver gets one of those as well. So the best team theme, which are these cups over here, and we'll post these ones out to the winners as well. The nominees are, and we do it a little bit like the Oscars, of course. How could you not? So best team theme, the nominees are Team Movies, which for those of you that weren't aware of necessarily their team name, is the guys who obviously dressed up for different movies. The main movie that we'd all remember with a certain amount of glee was Pulp Fiction, The Gimp, and Zed. Who could forget the Gimp tied to the pole on the main highway and the leading to Coober Pedy. The other nominee is going to be the team, and I'm not sure of the team name, and I'm sorry guys about this, but the team that were dressed up as the Thunderbirds all the time. It was awesome. Team Totally Datsun, the guys with the blue overalls and the helicopter pilot helmets that were Bluetoothed into each other for the entire rally. Didn't see you guys out of your out of those helmets and your overalls for the whole thing. That was pretty awesome. Team Smokey and the Bandit for running that theme all the way through, and importantly for Grant, who actually really did look amazingly like Burt Reynolds. And then for Team Jelly Endeavour, guys dressed up throughout the course of the rally an awful lot, and really there are some people that can't get the idea of Ian in his pink dress and Blinman out of their heads. So thanks guys for putting in a huge effort, but because obviously with somebody being strapped to a pole dressed as a gimp on the way into Coober Pedy, and actually Glenn told me that for the first 10 minutes of people driving past, not one rallier drove past. It was all just tourists and campers and truck drivers that drove past. So I think even for the matter that Glenn didn't end up kidnapped or beaten to a pulp, they certainly deserve an award. So movies, congratulations, you guys win the best team thing. For the next one, voted least likely to make it, the nominees are Vidasik with the Renault, with the we can only describe it as the busted gearbox on day one. These guys drove from Adelaide to Port Pirie with no gearbox oil at all, and it effectively just blew up. So when that was repaired, some of you may have seen it, but on the second day when it was leaving Woodner, it was making a hell of a racket, and we were all very surprised that it didn't die within the first 20 k's. So let alone making it all the way to the end of the rally was quite a feat. The next team is Bulldust Brady's, because for no other reason than they bought the Jeep. Team Gilmac for breaking down on their Holden Astra every single day. And then any of the cars that had LPG fitted. A number of those cars that had LPG fitted hadn't run on petrol for a very long time. So we were quite surprised that those cars made it themselves as well. And the winner, it could be nobody else really except for the Renault and Vidasik. So congratulations guys for nursing that car all the way through. You were certainly voted the least likely to make it. So best repair is the next award that we have here. And this one usually goes to a support team. It has in the past gone to rally teams as well, but it usually goes to a support team. And there are quite a few here because there were, whilst we only lost 2 cars, there were a lot of really, really cool repairs done. So I'll run through those. So the first one is Vince and Greggy, who somehow managed to fit an idler pulley from a Holden Commodore onto a totally ceased air conditioning pump from a Ford Falcon on day one, and then it lasted the entire rally. Alex and Michael for getting a Commodore to run on petrol again after it had not run on petrol for a very, very long time. That's one of the LPG cars. Craig Magner for repairing tyre after tyre after tyre and just being an overall tyre king on the rally. Support 5, this is probably a bit more of a special mention. Support 5 and medical support for their collaborative efforts in using up 2 tyre plug kits to not successfully plug a tyre in Blinman. I should imagine most of you have seen that photograph of the Nigel's medical supports sitting there with their plug tyre. For Vince and Michael for their diagnosing and repairing of Team Gilmac by resetting the ECU in the Astra. Support 3, Alex for double CV boot off a Kia onto a Renault. We've mentioned the Renault before. It's an amazing repair. Sean, Craig and Michael for Sigaflexing a damaged tyre onto a rim. And support 8 for basically being the the trailer repair champions. And the winner will go to, and this is from a number of people who all said the same, that it really needs to go to Vince and Greggy for doing the Holden Falcon Hybrid, which is quite an interesting mix. So well done, guys, on that one, and we'll send your awards out. Best breakdown is the next one. And best breakdown, Vidasik, again, you guys featured quite highly in the Renault for effectively driving along fine at 1 minute, and then at the second minute having a grenade going off in the gearbox the next. So a pretty big breakdown for those guys. For pretty much, I was going to say all, but I think there was one team that didn't have it, but pretty much all of the Magnus that had their sumps and gearboxes smashed in. Team Gilmac, the Astra, that seemed to break every day, only to last 20 minutes and then needing a little bit of a rest. Australian Sheiks for snapping their exhaust off and having sparks fly back towards their ruptured and leaking fuel tank. That was a pretty good one. Apparently these guys are firemen as well, so interesting setup they got. Interesting setup. And Team Gas Management, the Kia Mentor, for splitting a CV joint right outside the pub in Kimber. And really, because it does all come down to location, we're awarding this one to Team Gas Management, because at least you're going to break down, you had the decency to do it in front of a pub. So the support guys were pretty appreciative of that. So you guys win that one. Congratulations. So we'll send that one out to you. The biggest fundraiser is the next one. And we will send out in the final newsletter that we do, we'll list the top 10 fundraisers. And as a lot of you are aware, the top 10 fundraisers will be offered a place into the next Shitbox Rally, should they choose to take it. If some of those teams don't take it, it doesn't mean we take it to the next people that are on the list. It is just the top 10. It's their choice whether they want to take it or not. But the top 5, where we stand at the moment, at $15,001 is What Do You Reckon? At $15,175 is Major Carnage. At $17,484 is Bunny and Edsel. At $19,640 is Team Appleroth. And at a huge total, and this was the guys who were at the top of the board when we left, or I had the main briefing on the Friday, Speed and Fire with $26,023. Overall, a huge result. You guys have done really, really well. I'm really proud of you. We're currently sitting at pretty much $760,000 have been raised, and that's before the auction. The auction will take place on the 18th of October, so we'll see whether we can get up to that $800,000 mark. But considering our target was $700,000, to be considering an additional $100,000 over that is awesome. So you guys have done remarkably well. So that one's for you guys with your certificates. And then the final one, the Spirit of the Rally. The Spirit of the Rally is something that we do, and we say that it really encapsulates everything that is the rally. Those sort of we've all, everyone's fundraised, but those that get involved with the rally and the overall spirit of it, that help out in the triage area, or even offer to help out, even if they don't know what they're doing, to work with the support teams, to be a part of other people's rally experience. And it's something that I ask a lot of people about, and I get feedback from a lot of people about this one. So if you've been even nominated in this, for this particular one, it means you guys have really, really stood out. So the nominees are Movies. Again, and it just has to, the guys were awesome. Whilst Glenn was the gimp in a lot of it, the two guys were dressed up every single day. And my understanding is that they came on the rally with no normal clothes at all. They only came on the rally with dress-up clothes. So you guys sort of, it was very easy to be nominated. Luke from Mechanical Daisies is a mechanic and was around triage offering help whenever things were happening. You certainly got a special mention. Mount Franklin on the Rocks, you guys, and I spoke to you guys as well, but you had, we were told, really, really great attitude, really, really cheerful and positive, really popular within your group, and lot of fun to be around. So thank you guys very much. Nothing dodgy, especially Augustine. The support guys all made a mention that you're always in triage and always wanting to help out, were, it wasn't just support, but within production as well. There are a lot of people that made a note of that as well. So thank you very much. And Support 9. So Support 9 were our scout car for this rally. And these guys took on Support 9. Our usual scout team had to pull out closer to the rally. So these guys took that mantle and did really, really well. So with Scout, it's not just a matter of being the first one out and leading the group, but it's also therefore that responsibility that the Scout team has when we get into camp and the setup associated with where triage is and support, where we're all camping, liaising with the people, our particular contacts in those stopovers as well. So there's quite a lot more involved. So for Tabitha and JB, Jeff, I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you very, very much. So the spirit of the rally goes to Nothing Dodgy. And Augustine, it's mainly for you. Chris, the co-driver, you benefit dramatically as well, which is excellent, but you guys were great. There are a lot of people that made a lot of comments about the two of you, so thank you so much. And congratulations for the win. So as we said, we'll get these all packaged up and posted out to you. It'll be great to see some photos of you when you get them. You send some photos and put them up on the Mystery Box page. We'd really appreciate it. So I just want to say the last couple of things. The most important really is a big thank you to all of you, to the support teams for being part of the rally and coming on. A lot of you guys had to drive over to Adelaide and then drive home. And as we always say, there's no way we can do the rally without our support teams. So it's awesome that you guys were a part of the rally again, and we had a really, really awesome time. And as some of the guys said, Paul in particular was saying that it's one of the most beautiful rallies that we've done. The scenery was exceptional, and I couldn't agree more. So I think we're all very, very fortunate with this rally and the route. I certainly had an awesome time, and I hope you guys did as well. But a big thank you for everyone for supporting the rally and supporting what we do at Box Rallies. The funds that we raise, I stipulate that they must go into cancer research programs, and the actual cancer research programs are stipulated by the Cancer Council themselves, but none of the funds go into administration or anything. They all go into research, and they really do have an impact. Certainly when you're raising $800,000, Mystery Shipbox Rally is the largest fundraiser for the Cancer Council in the country. With Mystery Box at $800,000, the second largest fundraiser in the country is Mystery Box. It's just superb. So that really comes down to you guys. You are the heart and soul of the rallies, and I thank you very, very much for supporting what we do and being a part of what we do. And you should be really, really proud of your efforts, and I'm certainly extremely proud of the efforts that you guys have all made together as well. So thank you very much, and I do hope you you come back and on any of the other rallies that we do. So the last thing that I was going to say is for Mystery Box going forward, 2017. So I'm making some changes, and this is the first time announcing it publicly. Mystery Box itself will obviously continue, but we're changing it with regards to the vehicles. Mannheim and Box Rallies are no longer going to source the vehicles. Trying to source 140 odd vehicles for a rally like this is extremely time consuming. It's an enormous amount of work, and an enormous amount of funds have to go into it, of course, as well, to buy the vehicles and make sure they're roadworthy, make sure they're insured, and make sure they're all registered. So it's very, very costly. There's no way in the world we could have ever done the rally without Mannheim. So the guys, especially special mentions to Colin and Corey, who were in Group 16, came along the rally. The guys were awesome, absolutely awesome in those few months leading up to the rally. Worked bloody hard to get the cars to where they needed to be for the benefit of all of the ralliers. So I'm extremely grateful of Mannheim and all their support over the years. But we've reached a point now that we're going to make some changes to it. And those changes are that the teams from now on you'll have to bring your own cars. We're not limiting the budget like we do a Shitbox Rally, but we are limiting the age. The cars themselves have to be at least 25 years old. They can be any value you like, but they have to be at least 25 years old. They also have to be only two-wheel drives, but you guys bring them yourselves. And the next rally will start in Dubbo. So we're going to do more regional locations for Mystery Box. So starting in Dubbo will be pretty awesome. A lot of our teams come from New South Wales and Queensland. So doing one from sort of a little bit sort of more central will work out quite well for a lot of teams. But we will definitely work with you for those teams that are from Perth or Adelaide or Melbourne. If you want to ship your cars up, we have certain arrangements with different cars, transportation companies and things. But all of that information will come out later when we launch. We hope to have the website up and launched within about 4 or 5 weeks. And in there we'll have the main video that Brett was putting together. For those of you that haven't yet seen the photos that Kirsty did, they're up on the Facebook page, but we will be putting them all up on our Flickr account as well into the different days. And so when we launch the website, you'll easily be able to see all of the photos from each particular day, plus the video, plus all of the information relating to how we're running Mystery Box in the future. So I really hope you like the idea of what we're looking at doing. Having a whole bunch of cars that are at least 25 years old of age on the road will be pretty cool. A lot of people get a lot of joy out of finding and sourcing the vehicles that we take on these rallies. So it'll open up a whole different sort of sphere of opportunities for everybody. So I hope you guys like it, and I really hope to see you on a future rally. So stay tuned and we'll speak to you soon. Take care.